Welcome to the 2016 football season. I am pumped up. I got Chris Smith with me, Montell up in the top corner. Christian Pedersen is going to be filming in his picks, so we'll get those as well because we got to run through all the league winners and our top 10s. Guys, how are we feeling? Chris, start with you.
I'm loving it. It's 2016, new season. It's the favorite time of the year for me. Get to see all the teams starting practice and get ready to head into the new season.
Montell, how about you?
Oh, man, I'm excited about this season. I mean, new year, new crop of guys coming out. Great team, great excitement. A lot of new changes within the county, so I'm ready to get started.
It'll be awesome. And so we're going to go through every single league, pick our winners, give a little bit of justification for why, and we're going to record these things. So this is we're binded to this. At the end of the year, we'll come back to this. So you guys, if you have anything you want to say to us, we're going to put our Twitter handles under our picks as well. I didn't tell you guys this, so sorry, Montel and Chris. So if there's any junk that needs to be thrown, do it on Twitter. You'll see our Twitter handles right there. We're going to start with the Avocado League. We'll do it alphabetically first. So that means, is Christopher before Christian?
I think it's actually Christian first.
Christian, we'll toss it to you. Give us your Avocado League pick.
Thank you very much, Tommy, Chris, Montell. I'm really sorry I couldn't be there to podcast with you guys, but I'm busy at Madison High School. Practice is going on. Week 2 of training camp. You can check all of that out on The Grind coming out on the 25th. That should be pretty fun, but we're here to talk league winners. So let's go ahead, put 2 minutes on the clock. I'll run my hurry-up offense here and get through everything. Starting with Avocado, give me San Marcos. I like the Knights' offense this year. In Central, I like San Diego. Second year of a new coach. Should be building some momentum there. City, I got to pick La Jolla. New field, new vibe, new winning there. Coastal, stick with the La Jolla theme. I'll go with the Tories of La Jolla Country Day. Out in the Eastern League, I'm going to go with Morse. Great ground game should mean great results this year. In Grossmont Hills League, Helix, you can't go against Zeke Noah and the defending Open Division champs, so best of luck to them. Grossmont Valley, Eagles soar high. Granite Hills is my choice there. Out in the Imperial Valley, these guys always come in from way out with a lot of heat, some chip on their shoulders and whatnot. I'll go with Brawley. Manzanita, give me Vincent Memorial. Metro Mesa, I'll take the defending state champs, Mater Dei and CJ Verdell. They should be a lot of fun to watch this year. Metro Pacific, I'll take the Lancers from Hilltop. Metro South Bay, I'll take Hans Graham and Castle Park, please. In the Pacific League, I will take Escondido Charter. Palomar League, I will take the Bulldogs of Ramona. Valley League, I will take Fallbrook because I apparently just like picking teams that are a way far drive away to get to. And last but definitely not least, from the Western League, this one should be the hotly debated hard showdown with so much talent in there, but I am going to go with Madison. And that is pretty much it. That's how you see these league picks. San Diego, you can hold me to these. Hold me to them on Twitter, I guess. Oh, Coach Abrahamson, how's it going? We got a little Warhawk love here.
That's right. You picked us, right?
Yeah, you want to see that? That's right where it says
I
Madison.
like it. There you go, baby.
There you go. You can check out Madison all season long on The Grind. It'll be on San Diego Prep Insider all season. And now back to you guys. Thank you very much for having me on.
Okay, Chris, who do you have for the Avocado League?
It's a tough league to pick, but Coach Hauser wasn't happy with the loss to Saints last year at all, and they've got a superstar quarterback. So I'm going to go out on the record and say I'm going to take Mission Hills for the Avocado League.
M comes next, so Montell, who do you have?
I'm going to have to agree with my man Chris on this one. I think Mission Hills is solid, good quarterback. They got some exciting players that's coming in there, so I'll go with them.
I'm going to go ahead and disagree. I got someone else in this. I got La Costa Canyon, another great quarterback in there, Tanner Clark, one of the best quarterbacks in San Diego. Another great playmaker, Zach Goodkin, for the Mavericks this year. And they're returning 3 linebackers. That would be Nick Demos, Taj Sherman, and Nick Magid. So I like the defense. I like the offense. I'm going to go with the Mavs.
Fair enough.
All right, we'll do reverse alphabetical order this time so we know there's no cheating or people stealing each other's picks. We're going to go to the Central League. Oh, before we get there, I want to mention an offensive lineman from Oceanside, Devon Lay. Am I saying this right? He's 6'4", 290-pound junior. Keep an eye on this kid. Phenomenal. Oceanside's line is great. Going to the Central League, tough one for me to pick. I'm going to pick Coronado. I like Briley Knight, who's going to have to be the quarterback this year, and he's going to have to step up. So we're going to reverse alphabetical. Montell, who do you have?
I like Coronado too, but I'm interested. I want to see them play. Actually, we'll get to see them in the Kickoff Classic, get a good heads up on them. But I think they should be solid this year. Tony Isabella, great coach over there. I'm sure he'll come up with a great scheme for those guys.
Chris, what about you?
Might as well make this 3 in a row. I'm going to go ahead and pick Coronado as well, but for a different reason. I think Coronado's defense. Defense is going to be the key in this league. I like the defensive end, Joshua Wink. He's strong and he's fast. He's an impact player. I also like the other defensive tackle, Chance Warlick. Kid's a run stopper. Can't go against that. So I like Coronado only specifically for their defense this year.
So that's 3 Coronado Islanders. Okay, moving on to the City League, another tight one. Okay, Christopher, City League.
City League's my home league, obviously.
Okay.
I'm a Patrick Henry guy, but there's big news. A lot of shakeups in the Central League this year, or City League this year. Sarah's got a new head coach, Drew Smith, the former offensive coordinator for Patrick Henry. I think Patrick Henry and Sarah are going to beat each other up. They know each other's programs really, really well. And this year, UC comes in new to the City League this year. Also is La Jolla. Hoover's got a new head coach as well. So the league's kind of toss up, but I'm going to have to go University City. I think specifically because of their speed, and most of the coaches in the league don't know much about the program. So I think University's going to shake things up. University City.
Montell, what about you?
I'm going to guys in baby blue as well, University City. I think they're just too strong. I think the way they played last year, I think the coach got a good program starting over there at University City. They're going to be, I think they'll be dynamic in that league. I think they'll take it. But I do believe Sarah is going to surprise a few people. I think the new coach over there is going to put together a well program. And then Patrick Henry as well. You know, if they can get their stuff together, I think they'll be okay as well.
Man,
I'm interested.
Shout out for the Q Dogs.
Yes, absolutely. I'm interested to see what Hoover has. Hoover, Coach Ralph left that program to go to El Camino, but let's see what they have in the tank as well. But I got University City all the way.
I'm going to be boring. I'm going to pick University City as well. Like Gavin Rasmussen on the outside. Another guy on the outside to watch out for. Kid was a freshman last year. Casey Grandforce had a great freshman season coming into his sophomore season. I think he could have a year, probably the best sophomore year of anyone in the county, so keep an eye on him as well. Going to the Coastal League, I'll go first on this one. Santa Fe Christian. I'm going to take the Eagles and Santa Fe Christian. Caleb Phillips is a tight end. Connor Witten, the quarterback. And Hank Ontriveros. I'm pronouncing it wrong, so tell me how to fix that, Hank. So they got their leading receiver, the guy who got the most carries, and the quarterback all coming back. Got to stick with the Montell. What do you think?
You know what? I love Santa Fe Christian, but I'm going to stick with the boys in blue. I'm going to go with my man Burmeister and Brendan Goring and Larici over there at La Jolla Country Day. I'm going to pick La Jolla Country Day to get them in an upset this year. I love Casey Phillips. I think he's probably, bar none, next to Patrick Brown, the best tight end, or with Patrick Brown, the best tight end in the county. But I think Little Walker over there at Santa Fe Christian, the little playmaker, I think that hurts them a little bit, him not being there. I think it's going to come down to health when those two guys battle each other. And I'm going to pick La Jolla Country Day. I think La Jolla Country Day is prepared this year to go ahead and take the title.
Christopher, what do you think?
Well, Braxton, first of all, no disrespect to La Jolla Country Day. You know I got love for you. Laricia, got love for you too. But I got to go with Santa Fe Christian. I think that Caleb Phillips is the second most dynamic tight end in the county. And I think they've just got too many weapons. They're going to run the ball. They're going to pass the ball well. I don't think there's anybody can stop them in that division.
Moving east to the Eastern. Okay, Mr. Smith, Eastern League.
Well, I got to say, the transfer from Madison, their quarterback, Asante Herzog, one of my favorite dynamic players in San Diego. I'm going to go with Lincoln, specifically because they have Asante Herzog. They got a new offensive coordinator with Forcier coming over to join on the offensive side of the ball. And, of course, one of the most toughest backs in San Diego County, Micah Edwards. I think that offense is going to be powerful, strong, and dynamic. And I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say Lincoln's going to take the Eastern Division.
Would you say the offense is forceful?
Nice, Tom.
I know, lame pun. I'll erase that later. No, I won't. Montell, who do you have?
Man, I like Lincoln. I do like Lincoln a lot. I think they got playmakers on their side. I'm a big Michael Edwards fan. And then Forcier coming over to be the offensive coordinator. I'm really interested to see what he can bring to the table. But I think they have a few question marks they need to answer on an offensive line. But I do think they have enough to hold off everybody else to win that division. And again, I'm excited to see them play. I mean, it's hard for me to get a vision of what they can put together until I see them play. And again, we'll see them play in the Kickoff Classic as well. But as of right now, I'm gonna put my stamp on Lincoln. I think they'll take it.
I will be contrarian on this one. I'm gonna go with Christian. I will go with Christian Patriots. I like Joey Moronis. Benjamin Goodwin, a wide receiver, one of the fastest human beings in San Diego, not just one of the fastest football players. Great player out there on the wings. I'm going to take Christian. I think it will be close, though, as well. But because Lincoln has the force with them.
Nice.
Those puns will not get old this year. They will not.
While we're talking about Christian, got to give a shout out to my guy Jonathan Stein. He's also going to be a great offensive lineman, great all-around football player.
Jonathan Stein, I definitely got to mention him as well. Going to the Grossmont Hills League now. Going to the Grossmont Hills League. I'll go first. I'll keep it short and sweet. Helix. Montell, who do you have?
Helix. Mighty
Christopher.
Well, I got a chance to spend some time with Coach O in the offseason, and I got to say the transition from Coach O, or from Troy Starr to Coach O, it was a good transition. Helix is playing a lot looser this year. They were 36-1 in passing league. They've got stars on both sides of the ball. You got Ezekiel Noah, you got Scotty Young, you got Blake DeRosa, you got Carson Baker, the transfer from Valhalla over to there. You've got Brett Barnsdorf. Brett, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. He's coming back from West Hills to Helix. They got too much talent. I mean, in that division, West Hills joins the division this year, but I don't see anybody in that division stopping them. You've got speed at Rashad Scott. You've got Wooden. They've got too many weapons on like I said, on both sides of the ball. I actually see them going back to state this year.
Ooh.
And making a run for the state championship.
Making redemption. And I will still to this day say there was no offsides on that punt. Highlanders got jobbed on that one. I'm still upset about that one. Anyway. All right, Grossmont Valley League this time. Christopher Smith, who do you have in this one?
I got a chance to see the Granite Hills Eagles this year. Last year I was super impressed with that offensive lineman, Jake Burton, one of the best in the nation. And I thought, they might take a step down. They didn't. Their offensive line average is 6'3", 260 pounds. It is by far the biggest offensive line in San Diego County. I think for that's the reason it's going to push them into the playoffs, and I have Granite Hills taking the lead.
Montell, how about you?
I think I'm have to agree with Chris again. Unfortunately, I think Granite Hills, strong offensive line. They got a lot of power players over there. I think the offense is going to just mow people over. I picked them to win it.
I'm going to take a different stance on this. I'm going to go with Santana, a guy returning for them. Bobby Wallace ran for 1,226 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 6 yards a carry, which is awesome. So in theory, just give him the ball every single time, right? First down automatically. So I'm going to go Santana. I think it'll be close, though. I think Granite Hills takes a slight step down. Santana takes a step up. They almost were there last year. I think they make that final step up this year. Moving on to the Imperial Valley League, I'll go first. I'm going to pick Brawley. Keep it short and sweet. Picking Brawley. Montell, who do you have?
Big time Brawley. They're consistent every year. Maulers of the league, big bruisers. I think they'll take it again.
Christopher, how about you?
I'm going to go somebody different. Super impressed with the program. Love the head coach out there. We're going to see him in the Kickoff Classic. I'm going to take Imperial.
The Tigers.
Absolutely.
There we go. All right, moving on to the Manzanita League. I have no idea what that word means, but I really like saying it. Manzanita. Sounds really good.
It's a Spanish tree.
Oh. Learn something new every day, man. Thank you. I don't know how you knew that. I appreciate that.
Big H Hopeville. They're always too big and too strong. They usually run that league. They run the table. I think they'll run it again.
I don't think they will. I think Vincent Memorial will win the Manzanita League, and here's why. Juan Pablo Ruiz. He ran a 4.61 at a regional combine. Great playmaker. He plays receiver, can play some running back probably, but he's a good playmaker for Vincent Memorial. He's only going to be a junior next year, so you get 2 more years of him. So keep an eye out for that name. Going to the Metro Mesa now, I'll go first. This was a tough one for me. I had a really, 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 really difficult time with this one. I had to go with the Crusaders, though. I'm going to take Modern Day Catholic. Christopher Jones, a 25-1 touchdown to interception ratio last year, which is amazing. Eli Shelton had 14 touchdown catches. Quentin Frazier, another good receiver, and then I think there's one other guy. I'll let you guys talk about the other guy for Modern Day, but I will go with Modern Day. Montell, what do you think?
I mean, come on, man. I mean, Modern Day all the way right now. I think they just got too much in the tank right now. I think they're one of the top teams in the county. They got a lot of athletes. The only concern with Modern Day is depth. That's my only concern with them. If someone gets injured, it's a big fall off from what they got on the starters front. Mr. Verdell, we know him. Arguably be one of the best players in the county, and be up for probably Player of the Year. And it says it all. I think his summer work ethic, from what I'm hearing, has just been phenomenal. And he's ready to go this year. But Modern Day should take it. But like I said, the only thing stopping Modern Day will be Modern Day.
All right, Chris, I know you got to take a chance to take pictures of CJ. So what are your thoughts? Are you gonna take Mater Dei?
Well, let me predicate that. First of all, this was one of the hardest ones for me to pick.
Mm-hmm.
I really love Anthony Posada. I love what Chris Thompson does down there at Bonita Vista. But, and here comes the big but, in my opinion, the number one player in San Diego County, Oregon commit, kid's got guns up here, huge legs. He's a thoroughbred. He's a workhorse. He will carry a football program, and obviously we're talking about C.J. Verdell, the most dynamic football player in San Diego County, in my opinion. So I think this year they're going to take a step up. They're going to take the Metro League, so I'm going to go ahead and pick Mater Dei.
All right, moving on to the Metro Pacific League. All right, Chris, what about you?
I'm going to make this really simple. I'm going to take Hilltop simply because of their size. That team has got, I think their average offensive lineman is 6'3". They're the second largest offensive line in San Diego County. I'm going to go ahead and take Hilltop simply because they're going to run the ball down everybody's throat.
Montell, how about you?
I agree with Chris 100%. I mean, he knows I'm a big Hilltop fan. I was a fan last year. I bring them to the Kickoff Classic every year. Their line is phenomenal. They got a new coaching staff. I think they're going to run straight downhill and straight at people. No frills or thrills about them. They're gonna just run it down your throat until they can't run it no more. I pick Hilltop.
I'm gonna take Hilltop too. Sorry to be boring. I'm gonna take Hilltop. They return Angel Padilla as well. Or Pineda, excuse me. Angel Pineda, their leading rusher from last year with that offensive line. Seems like a no-brainer there. Going on to the Metro South Bay, I'm going to go with Castle Park. I like Anthony Navarro, the linebacker there, had 5 interceptions last year. I see him having another big season. Montel, how about you?
I like Castle Park too. I think they I hate to keep agreeing with you guys, but you guys are taking all the words out of my mouth. Castle Park is going to be strong for the conference. They have a lot of speed on their team. They've been there before. The coach is really, he's very, very structured in what he wants to do. They'll take that conference and make their win and bump their win to the playoffs again.
Chris, what do you think?
It's easy for me. I'm going to take Castle Park.
Moving along, we're trucking along this thing pretty fast. We're going to the Pacific League now. All right, Mr. Smith.
I'm going to take the guys with the coolest uniforms in the Pacific League. Escondido Charter.
Oh,
that's the
come
best school out there.
The Tiger Stripes?
I love them. They're black and white. Hey, I'm a Bengals fan. What do you expect?
Okay, well, all right. To each their own. Montell, what do you think about, first of all, what do you think about Escondido Charter's uniforms? And then secondly, who are you going to pick?
Oh, man, their uniforms, I mean, they're so ugly, they're nice. They are. I mean, I like where they're trying to go with it. It's cool. They should be able to go with it. Escondido Charter, I'm pretty good fans with those guys. I think they should be good. They should be able to take that lead. I believe I don't know how to pronounce it. Tommy, help me out with that school. How's it pronounced?
Maranatha.
There you go. They have a hard time pronouncing them every year. They're always good every year. They always surprise me. And I'm going to go with Maranatha, if I pronounced it right.
Yeah, you got it right. Yeah, you got it right that time. This is going to be 3 different ones. This is going to be crazy. I'm going with Classical Academy.
There you go.
Jackson Ricciotto, running back, hard to tackle. Not the fastest guy, but he's big. He'll be one of the biggest guys in the league. So it'll be tough to tackle. I think they're just going to run the ball down everyone's throat, kind of similar to Hilltop. So we'll see what happens there. Going to the Palomar, another really good league. Tough to pick. I am going to go with Rancho Bernardo, the Broncos, Mark Salazar, the kid going to Fresno State, Milan Grice, one of the best running backs. And I have to, whenever I can, mention a lineman. So I'm going to mention you, James Lee. Great lineman for Rancho Bernardo. Montell, what do you think about the Palomar League?
Wow, this league, I go back. I mean, let's make it clear. I'm going with RB. Okay. But I'm a big Poway fan. I am a huge Poway fan. I'm an Adelman fan. I just like what Poway's doing over there, but RB I think has too much in the tank, especially that they're coming off a big season. I think they feel that they're not getting the respect they do after the big season they had. So I really truly think they're going to come out with guns blazing. Grice, who got off from South Dakota, Mark Salazar, who's committed to Fresno State. I think they're just too strong right now. I think they're gonna surprise people. RB's my team. I think they're gonna win it.
Chris, what about the Palomar League?
First of all, I got to give a shout out to my guys. You guys have already mentioned their names, so it's kind of bad. Salazar, that's my quarterback. Love the kid. 6'3", long, skinny, rifle of an arm. We had an off-candid conversation during one of our photo shoots, and he said his goal this year is to go to Mission Hills and be the first team to beat Mission Hills in 2 years at home. Milan Grice is a bruising back. I think personally, I think he's going to run for over 1,200 yards this year. They're going to run through defenses, whether it's in the air or on the ground. I don't think there's any way to stop Rancho Bernardo.
So we got 3 Rancho Bernardo. 2 more leagues left. We got the Valley League and the Western League. Alphabetically, Valley League comes first. Okay, Chris.
I got Fallbrook.
Fallbrook.
Simple and easy. They got a great running game. I'm going to take Fallbrook.
Montell, what about you?
I'm going to go with Rancho Buena-Vista, RBV.
Ooh.
What I've seen so far from those guys, their quarterback Ace here, I think he will be the surprise quarterback of the year this year throughout San Diego. I think he's kind of been under the radar from a lot of people. They just got a good squad over there. I like what they're doing. I'm going RBV.
Man, I got a whole bunch of different teams. I'm going with San Pasqual. I mean, they've been down for a couple of years. They're kind of rebuilding now. They had a decent year last year. I think they make that step up. San Pasqual. So our final league, our final league, we're going to the West. The Western League. I get the honors going first. This, I think, is the best league in San Diego, or most competitive at least, and I'm going to go with Cathedral Catholic. The Dons, I like Tate Haynes, I like Patrick Brown, Jordan and Jemark Heath, Jack Thompson, Javon Figueroa, Graham Valentine, another lineman I got to shout out. Love shouting out the lineman. I'm going to go with Cathedral. Sorry if I stole all the guys from everyone. Montell, who do you have? I'm
going with the Dons. Someone that knows me that I've been really high on the Dons all year. I think they just got a phenomenal team. With their safety, I'm a big fan of Heath Jemark.
Yeah.
He's a great. I think he's an excellent player over there. Of course, they got Patrick Brown over there. They just got a lot of weapons. I brag about them all last year. They had that tough schedule last year, probably arguably the toughest in the county. They played through it. They really got well. All those players are coming back, or a lot of those players are coming back. And I think it's going to be a redemption free year for them. They're going to come out and smash mouth a lot of people.
Chris, what about you?
You know, I got to say, this by far was the toughest division for me to pick. You got Madison, you got Buck, you got TC, you got Sampson, you got JoJo, you got Chris Fatilua, you got Brandon Lewis. That team is stacked. However, the Dons have size. Patrick Brown made me a believer. Between Patrick Brown, Jordan Jim Markeith, Tate Haynes, it hurts my heart to say it, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take Cathedral.
Ooh, Cathedral. So we got 3 on Cathedral. Gersh Docs, 3-2. All right, so those are our league predictions. We're going to lock them in. We're going to come back to them at the end of the year, and if we might get a little bit embarrassed, but it's fine. I think mine are 100% right. So.
Well, I know mine are right.
So we got to get to our top 10. We'll do this every week as well, giving our top 10 teams for San Diego County. Can we go 10-1 to build some suspense? Is that okay if we do that? And Christian and I are joint for this. We have an SDPI top 10, so ours are always going to be one thing that we're going to count the SDPI top 10. Mr. Smith, top 10.
At number 10, and you guys already know this because it's already all over my Twitter. I got Modern Day at number 10.
What about just go through them all? We'll go through them all. We got to go through them all each.
All right. Number 9, I got Bonita Vista. Number 8, I got San Marcos. I'm a big Bryson Bowling guy, so I got to go with San Marcos. At number 7, I got Mission Hills. At number 6, the Oceanside Pirates. Number 5, Milan Grice. Salazar. I got to go with the Rancho Bernardo. What are they? The Broncos. The Broncos for number 5. I'm going to go Saints 4, Madison 3, Cathedral 2, and the number 1 team on my list, the Helix Scotties.
Montell, what about you? Top 10. Go 10-1. Build some suspense for us.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be too suspenseful, but it's going to be good. Okay. Number 10, I'm going with El Camino. Very impressed with what they got over there, and I think their new head coach should make some dynamic changes over there. I think they'll be okay. I got number 9, Modern Day. I got number 8, LCC. Number 7, Mission Hills. Number 6, and Chris, I think we're in sequential order at this point. 6 Oceanside, 5 is RB, 4 is 3 is Madison, 2 is Cathedral, and the number 1 team in the county, the Helix Highlanders.
I'll go ahead and mix it up on you guys. I'll give you something a little bit different here. Number 10, I've got Oceanside. I think they've got two huge linemen. I think that's going to help them out this year. Number 9, San Marcos are making a jump up in the league they're playing in this year. They're playing in a tougher league this year, but I think they'll be able to hang on. I like Bolin as well. I like their receiving core there. 2, Poway. I got number 8. I think Poway's going to have a big year this year. They get the transfer quarterback from Mira Mesa. They got a couple guys in the wing. Adelman, you mentioned him earlier, so I like Poway there. Number 8, 7, Mission Hills. Number 6, La Costa Canyon. I talked about them earlier. Number 5, Saints. Both the Thompsons, not of relation, but both last name Thompson, good athletes. I think that they'll do well there. Number 4, RB, Rancho Bernardo. Even though I was a little bit upset, I was at their state championship game, and my little cousin was playing on Sacred Heart Prep, the team from the Bay Area that did not win that game, so sorry, Eric. Number 3, I have Madison. And number 2, guys, guess who I have?
Cathedral.
Helix.
Whoa.
Helix at number 2, and I have Cathedral Catholic at number 1. Dons, please make me look good this year because everyone else has Helix.
You're a brave man.
Guys, any closing thoughts before we get out of there? I know you want to talk about the SCFNL games that are going to be played the week before the opening week, right, Montell?
Yeah, we have the SDNFL Kickoff Classic coming up the 19th and the 20th of August. It'll be 2 games on that Friday. It'll be we open up with Mission Bay going against I can't think off the top of my head. Mission Bay is going to be playing Sarah first game, and then La Jolla Country Day will be playing Coronado.
The rematch.
Good game. And then we start the day off again.
Guys, I'll give you something a little bit different here. Number 10, I've got Oceanside. I think they've got two huge linemen. I think that's going to help them out this year. Number 9, San Marcos are making a jump up in the league they're playing in this year. They're playing in a tougher league this year, but I think they'll be able to hang on. I like Bolin as well. I like their receiving core there. 2, Poway. I got number 8. I think Poway's going to have a big year this year. They get the transfer quarterback from Mira Mesa. They got a couple guys in the wing. Adelman, you mentioned him earlier, so I like Poway there. Number 8, 7, Mission Hills. Number 6, La Costa Canyon. I talked about them earlier. Number 5, Saints. Both the Thompsons, not of relation, but both last name Thompson, good athletes. I think that they'll do well there. Number 4, RB, Rancho Bernardo. Even though I was a little bit upset, I was at their state championship game, and my little cousin was playing on Sacred Heart Prep, the team from the Bay Area that did not win that game, so sorry, Eric. Number 3, I have Madison. And number 2, guys, guess who I have?
Cathedral.
Helix.
Whoa.
Helix at number 2, and I have Cathedral Catholic at number 1. Dons, please make me look good this year because everyone else has Helix.
You're a brave man.
Guys, any closing thoughts before we get out of there? I know you want to talk about the SCFNL games that are going to be played the week before the opening week, right, Montell?
Yeah, we have the SDNFL Kickoff Classic coming up the 19th and the 20th of August. It'll be 2 games on that Friday. It'll be we open up with Mission Bay going against I can't think off the top of my head. Mission Bay is going to be playing Sarah first game, and then La Jolla Country Day will be playing Coronado.
The rematch.
Good game. And then we start the day off again the following day with 4 other games. No cost to get in. Just bring a canned good, everyone. This is something that we really want to get back to the community. With this, I think will be the biggest canned good drive. I think probably, hopefully, in the county this year. We're trying to reach our goal of about at least 4 tons of food to be able to give back to the homeless and those that are in need. So I think that's a really big thing. I think the one more other thing I just want to give a shout out to. I want to say a prayer out to Ken Hester and Jerron Irby. Those guys that got hit in that car in PB. 2 young men that I worked with for recruiting services. And that was an unfortunate thing to happen to them, hit and run. I hope they both get better. I know Ken Hester's doing a lot better from Wayne State. Ken is a native from San Diego. He went to Kearney High School, and Jerron is a kid from the Bay Area that was there working with the Chargers, man. So I send a big prayer out to those 2 guys. And now I'm ready to get the season started, my man. I'm ready. I was waiting for this podcast for you for a couple of months. So
yeah, I know you've been texting me anxious to get going. Chris, anything you want to add before we get out of here?
Yeah, I just want to remind everyone, football is one of the safest sports in America. With concussion syndromes and everything's out there, the sport's come a long way. It's a safe sport. The Heads Up program is being taught by the CIF, and it's all over the county. Football's a lot safer than it was, so I really enjoy that. And I also want to say good luck to everybody this season. Our picks are our picks, and we enjoy doing this. We support the local football community in San Diego, And just good luck this year. Stay healthy and ball out.
Yeah, and I'll second you on the heads up thing. I got too much of an itch to get back into the game, so I'm actually coaching Pop Warner this year. I know it's not high school, but I just had to get back in there. Had to do the whole heads up certification, so I am safety approved, and I'll agree with you. It is much safer now. One thing I want to add is we will be here every single week giving you predictions. Once the games start, we'll be giving you game predictions. That's when it's get really heated. That's when it's going to get fiery because that's when it starts counting. That's when we start counting the points. Montell, you were the winner last year. Congratulations. Number one, yes. Number one of two. Congratulations. So that makes me number 2 of 2. But this time we'll have 4 people picking games. So
I got to take wins when I can, guys. I got to take my wins when I can get them. So,
all right, I will be coming for that crown. I'm sure you will too. Christian will as well. We'll see you next week, guys.